We're back.
We're back.
How's everybody? How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good, good. All right.
Make it.
All right. So we're here. It's the Elon Podcast Live. We're back. October spooky season is upon us, and I'm really, 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 really excited because everybody knows it's my month. It's my month.
Oh,
So, anyways, today we're gonna talk about like what are like the scariest situations that we've been in, and also like what's your favorite scary movie? Well, me and Ellie actually, Kiara, me and Ellie actually, we were like on a chat recently, and we kind of talked about this. So you have to go first, but we'll go back. But you have to start
ladies first.
it.
Real women first.
Wait, start favorite movie? Horror movie?
We're gonna go there first.
Okay. So, I'm not a big movie person. So I have to think of what I saw that I really enjoyed.
Like, what horror movie resonates with you? Like when you think about it, like that creeps you out.
I don't know if it creeps me out, but something that is coming to my mind right now. I don't know if y'all remember that movie. I think it was called Stepmom.
A little bit. I
Sure.
remember the
Yes.
movie.
I feel like I remember watching that and like jumping a lot watching it. And then the plot twist was that I guess like this little girl was actually an adult. And so I was like, "Oh, okay." So that was like the last scary movie I can think of that I enjoyed.
Oh well. Okay, yeah, I don't remember
I'm
that.
sorry.
No, you're fine. Have you watched any of like the Halloween's or Friday the or Nightmare on Elm Streets or
I'm not, what is Halloween?
That is right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
You
Michael
know
Myers.
what? You know what? We're gonna talk about the scariest we've been in.
Wait, Michael Myers with
Yeah.
the axe?
Yeah, I don't have any.
Oh
Oh,
wait, no, he's the one. No, Freddy Krueger is the one that kills you in your sleep, or if you close
yeah.
your eyes or something.
Right.
Okay, the claws, yes. And Mike Myers,
Is the
he has
jumpsuit.
a knife,
Yeah, and
or
then
he has a what?
the jumpsuit, like the mechanic
Yes.
suit.
Okay, yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're funny. Oh my God.
Hmm.
All right. So, what's the scariest situation I've ever been in?
Well, I guess since I have to redeem myself from the movie. Um, the first thing that comes to mind, and Ellie, I don't know if you remember this, but before I moved to the DMV, I was interviewing. And, I wasn't that familiar with this area. And I was coming from a long way and I had to get to this interview by a certain time. It was a lot of traffic, whatever. So when I got to the area I needed to be, I just parked anywhere and I ran in to do my interview. And when I came out from the interview, I was walking to the parking garage and I was walking and walking and walking.
Oh my
And I
God.
was like,
Girl, I remember this.
where's my car?
It wasn't like two levels, like the third level. What was it at?
So it was just in an area that I didn't even think it wasn't even like about the levels. I just didn't remember which actual parking garage it was. And the only thing I remembered was that there was a woman there. And fun fact, there are mainly men that work in parking garages because every time I ask someone in the area, I'm like, there's a woman working there. They're like, there's no women. And then finally somebody was like, oh, there is a woman in this area. But anyway, up until I found it, I was looking for this car literally all day and night. And I didn't find it until So I think I finished the interview maybe around 3 p.m. and I didn't find the car until like 5 p.m. the next day.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Oh,
remember
okay.
the
Panicking.
it
I
was
was panicking because also I'm saying my car, it was a rental car.
that's
Yes.
what the problem was because
Mm-hmm.
you weren't familiar with it, seeing it from the back, seeing it from the front, looking at
Right.
you just girl, all that matters.
Yes. So it
Girl,
was a rental car that I lost. I had no idea where it was. And so I'm hopping in taxis and I'm young, okay? So I was not making the smartest decisions. So I was hopping in different taxis. Like, can you just drive me around in different parking garages? I'm walking around the areas. I'm talking to literally everybody on the street. And I
girl,
like the same day that I lost it, I was doing all of this until it got like 10 o'clock at night. And the taxi driver was like, hey, give it up. And so I was sitting on the side of the road crying, and I was like, I don't want to tell my mom what happened because she's gonna freak out. And I was also staying with my cousin in the area. I was like, I can't tell him what's happening either. I couldn't tell
oh
anyone. Anyway, I randomly met this man, and he was like, let me get you a hotel room,
yes,
and I can pick you up and you could get the car the first thing in the morning. And so, again, young and dumb, I was like, okay. So I get in the car with this man and we're driving. And he
uh,
told me it was only going to be like a few minutes away.
Mhm.
He took me like 30 minutes away from the city to this rundown hotel. And then this is the part where I'm like, okay, maybe this wasn't a smart idea.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
I remember
Yeah.
I remember this. Oh my God. You know I was on the phone with you the day
I
after.
guess I remember. That's why I was like, I wonder if you remember this.
Because he was whispering and I was like, girl, I don't know what's going on. Like, what are you saying? And I just heard the voice. Like, was he foreign?
Yes, he was foreign.
Yes, like because his voice, and I'm like,
And he was trying to get in my hotel room because so he
oh
got the key. He refused to give me the key. Honestly, I don't, this is a blur, but anyway, he opened the door to the hotel room and I somehow found some kind of strength inside me to push him to the side and grab the key and like close the door. But it didn't close all the way, like he had his foot there. So that's when I started crying and I was like, please, please, I'm just trying to go to sleep. I'm scared, please. Anyway.
no, I remember this so well.
Wow.
Hmm.
Girl,
And actually, Ellie, I remember that night. I don't think I called you. I think you called me because you said that you like sensed something was wrong. And something was wrong.
My God.
that really, because that was when we were like really like thicker than thieves and hanging out on a regular basis. So like I knew, and you had just moved. You were just getting yourself acclimated to moving
Hmm.
there. Yeah, and I was just like,
Hmm.
I was checking in on you like every 5 minutes. So yeah, you're right. It was probably me calling and like, girl.
Yeah.
So literally, that's one of the first things I think about sometimes when I think of you, that situation, because it bothered me so bad because you were so scared, and I was like, we will not be this situation. You will not be on a milk carton. I will not have a T-shirt. I'm not doing this with my baby
It
sister.
was so scary. It was late at night. I'm far from the city. I had no idea where I was. This old man's trying to get in my hotel room and he's telling me how he can take care of me. It was just,
Yeah, I
mm-mm.
remember that. I remember that. It was deep. That that was a night I was freaking out. I remember I didn't sleep the way I remember
That
that.
was rough.
Oh my gosh, that's scary. I'm just happy
But
that
here I am.
you're better, that you're good. Gosh, that's
Yeah.
like I'm listening to you talk about it and I'm just visualizing it all and I'm like putting myself in your shoes and I'm like, okay, well, I would have been terrified as hell.
I was. And he told me he was coming back for me in the morning. And honestly, I was so tired. I was
Yes.
like, I need to at least get some sleep. But I ended up leaving at like 4 a.m. that morning. So before he would even get there to come back for me. Ooh. So yeah,
That
that was
was that was a night. I remember the night because I think I was on the phone with you, like when it happened, and like it felt you dropped the phone. I don't know what it was because you
I
were
don't remember.
because I remember calling back a lot. I remember
Yeah,
calling back.
because I do remember, yeah.
Yeah, and like I didn't get you for a while, and when I did get you, you were crying. And I was so upset. I was like, "What happened, girl? No, don't tell me you got you, girl. Don't tell me you got you. No, it's like no, I'm fine." And you were just saying everything was okay. But I remember that moment. That was a girl. That was a movie.
Yes, it was. But don't worry, no more riding with strangers for me.
Oh,
Ever
mm.
again, please. Ever.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Because you just don't know. People are just really, you don't know their mental states. You don't know what they've been through.
Yeah,
You don't know how they're thinking in the moment. You just don't know what's going on in people's heads because people
yeah,
are off the rails these days. There are like so many people who think about the people online who are just so ready to go to a blog post or under a celebrity or a random person's like TikTok and just say crazy stuff like you should die or I'm gonna kill you,
yeah.
I'm gonna find you. And it's just like, I don't know. I was online the other day and I saw that. It was like a regular post with this girl literally just doing makeup. And I guess somebody didn't like the way that the job looked and they were just like, hey, you're ugly as hell, you're crazy, you're sick, you're demented, I'm gonna kill you. And I'm like,
What? Like, it's never that serious. It's makeup.
and then I really was just thinking about the mental state of some people, and people are really off the rails.
Yeah, they are.
The rails are right here. They're like right here.
Okay, they're over here.
No, ma'am, I'm good.
What is up with
Crazy.
it? Because Ellie in our other chat, I think it was Trap Dollars Manny who was in the taxi or cab or Uber, and this person
Girl, oh yes, he was.
would not let him go. So I'm just like, what is up with people trying to like not let people go? And then people want to
What
kick
happened?
them all. It's just like so much. So basically, in our last chat, we talked with rapper Trap Dollars Manny, and so we were sharing like experiences of like weird
Just
situations.
scary like stories, situations. So he wasn't sure what's
Yeah.
gonna turn out.
Yeah, he was in an Uber to go home or something or go somewhere, and then but I think it was a lady actually,
It
and,
was a lady.
and
It
she
was a
A
lady.
lady trapped him?
yes, and she would not let him out. She kept talking to him, but like she just would not let him out or anything, and he had to go to work, I believe is what he said, and
Why did she trap him?
Because with women, it's never like, yeah, it's obviously, oh, that's a man. And I'm gonna talk to him, and I need the advice, and I need life. I need someone to talk to, because maybe she was like at a peak of like craziness in her life, or maybe it was a full moon, and I think that he just was the person that she unleashed upon herself. I think, and she just like didn't let him go because his energy is powerful. He's very vibrant and he's like a very strong, great creative. Like when it comes to rapping, girl, he eating everybody up. He eating a lot of people up. So like when it comes to him, I think that like she just felt the energy of him being something greater than he was, even though he was probably just being really chill, minding his own
Yeah,
business, doing his own thing. And he's just like a good hearted person.
yeah.
So probably it was like, it was one of those probably weird situations like, how was your day? And she just took it and ran because no one asked. And that's the sad part of the world with them too. So
Dang.
yeah.
Well, what scary things have happened to you?
Which one of you can't speak for Kiara, girl. No, man.
uh,
Girl, what? No. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
You,
Oh, no, girl.
Ellie.
Um, maybe today. Maybe
Oh,
today.
recent.
Yes,
what
girl.
would happen?
I got fired.
What?
I got fired. Yeah.
Wait, huh?
So I got fired from work.
Oh, whoa.
So basically, a comment I made in a group meeting, which was inappropriate, but like we just speak freely, like every person does, even when they're in a professional group meeting. It's like some of us do still speak freely and it's accepted, you know, but I'm not accepted. So um I got fired for just basically, long story short, I was just like, there was like, is there anything that the technicians could do different? And I said, yeah, stop being dickheads or dicks, one of the two. And I was just like, because I've had some discrepancies with the techniques, been some things I've heard that I did this to, I said this to this technician, I made him feel this way. And I'm like, I literally, like, y'all know me, I don't be caring. I don't be caring. I just be like, give me my check. Like, give me my check. So yeah, they fired me. And like, I'm
Oh
okay,
my gosh.
but it's like the best fire ever because I don't know what it is within my spirit where I'm just like, I was kind of very relieved and content about it. I was just like, I got this. I was like,
I was gonna say, you have not been acting like you got fired today.
Whoa. It's like, whoa, I don't know like I know what to think and how to feel. I'm like just caught off guard. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, this whole time I did not even expect expect to hear that, but I'm very proud of you for like looking at it in a different light and just not letting it get the
Yeah.
best because it can that's scary.
yeah,
Yeah.
But you're gonna be good and you're gonna be okay and everything always works itself out.
everything always works itself out. And I don't know, like, this is the first time I've ever felt relieved being fired. And like, I haven't been habitually fired before. People try to come for me in the corner. I have not been habitually fired ever. But I was let go from a job when I was like 18 or whatever. But now, like, I totally get it. Like, in a sense of I never fit in with them. I'm not a self-deprecating person. So I don't talk about myself in a negative way. That's not good for your spirit, your soul, you in general. But that's like a common thing amongst society. That's how they relate to each other. And I don't relate to people that way. I relate to their spirit and their soul and their pureness, you know? So I just felt like it was time anyway. And what I want to say, the most important thing from this whole experience to my, fellow human being, people of the global majority, people of color, um, if you do have the opportunity to step into corporate America or any corporate, because it's always going to follow the same type of technique, it's a model, T model. I think that you guys just understand that you're not Caucasian, you're not white, you're not ever going to fit into their box of what they want you to be. And if you do, they're going to give you hell, point blank, period. And if you're willing to deal with that, that's beautiful. But if you're really focused on being the greatest version of yourself, you're going to have to learn to work around that and not participate in the average conversation that they're having on the job, because they're going to make whatever you say inflammatory, degrading, extra, and create a scenario around it to put you down. So when they're taking vacations and they're doing their things, take the money for your PTO and do what you need to do too. If they don't let you roll over your PTO or just take the money from it when you deserve it regardless, they make you take the time off. Take the fucking time off so you can, excuse my language, take the time off so you can evolve and just grow for yourself, because it's always going to be a rainy day dealing with people like that because they don't love themselves. And I'm not speaking about Caucasians, white people in a whole. I'm speaking about those people that just hate themselves, point blank, period. If that's a conversation that you have with people on the average, I'm not like that. I don't do that to myself. I was, raised by a very beautiful Black mother and a Jewish family that helped me educate myself and grow and be the best version of myself. So thinking less of myself wasn't an option. That wasn't something that my mother ever participated in. She may have had her own circumstances and opinions of herself and views of herself, but she never threw that on me. She kept them to herself. And as an adult, I see that and I can empathize with her and understand better. But Save your money. That's my whole projection of statement of what everything I just said. Save your money. When they're going to save your money at all costs. Take the time you need to take off. Don't feel bad about it. Do your best, but don't ever extend your energy to do extra things. Because at the end of the day, they're always going to find a reason in your skill level and technique to put you down and say you weren't as good as such and such and compare you. Even though that's not the objective, they still do it. It's mind tricks and games that corporate America plays on you that I don't agree with. So I think that's going to be the big thing that they do. I'll pass on it. I'll pass on it. I'm good, baby. Like it's sad and pathetic, you know, what corporate America does to us and tries to tear us down. Like it's like, how can you love yourself? You're Black. That's the constant thought I always had working there. It was just like, you're this, you're that, you have all these things against you, but I'm white. I'm privileged. I matter because I'm white. My opinion matters. I'm right. Come on. Hold on, soul sister. Hold on. Hold on, Black gay boy. Don't get too happy. I have to approve of it first, you know? And it bothered them that I didn't feel the same way as them. And some of these people were, you know, in their mid 20s, late 20s, and talking about how old they were and decrepit and how they'll never be this and that. And I'm like, it was weighing on my spirit. It was weighing on my spirit. And I was ready to let that go because I've been past that. You know, I'm here. I'm where I need to be in the big city. So, you know, the opportunities are at my feet and the universe has my back. I don't give a fuck. It's the scariest situation, but yet the most beautiful. I've never felt more relieved than a job letting me go or me quitting than now. I never felt more relieved ever in my existence. And I don't care. Like, I'm okay. I don't care about it. Like, even the manager knew. He was just like, I'm letting you go for this. And I'm just like, okay, cool. That's perfectly fine. Because I was repeatedly called in the office every month since I've been working there. I was written up 6 or 7 times within the first 90 days. These people didn't respect or could deal with the reality of themselves. And I reflect everything, the bullshit. If you're a good, decent human being, I reflect that back to you too. Those are normally the people that like me because I reflect back their value, their self-worth, and their dark side, but they can deal with it because their self-worth and value is higher, you know? And those are the people you end up being cool with or long-term friends with. And that's what matters the most to me. So this was just the end of my journey with this job. I'm okay with it. I'm actually very grateful and relieved. I've never felt this way in my life. I mean, because this has happened before, being let go from a job, for being late, you know, typical young people things. And I was okay with it because I was just like, I knew I was wrong. And I was sad and I cried and I did all the, you know, hyperventilation bullshit. And I'm just realizing it wasn't for me anyway. I'm where I need to be. So everything's putting me back on track and on the focus of the goal in the future, because I feel like, you know, a little piece of me was dying every time I heard them in the background, like talking about their pathetic lives because they hated themselves. And I didn't want to participate in that. And I would never participate in it from day one. But in general, with the manager disrespecting me too, because she hated herself because of her own trauma. And I reflected that back to her. So she didn't like me either. And that's okay. So when you know yourself, you know your gift, you know what you're capable of in this life, you just kind of like go with the flow of it, you know? So it's scary, but it's a beautiful scare. I'm like, I feel relieved. So fuck these bitches. Let's get to this money. Let's do what we do best and create, because that's what we came to this earth for. That's why we're connected.
Wow, that's
Wow.
that's beautiful. I love the way that you're looking at it all and how you feel. Because in a situation, a lot of people would not react the way that you're reacting.
Yeah.
It like a lot of people would not. It would be like a lot of heavy, energy of like sadness, despair, of just not knowing, just thinking about the future and what's next. And
Mhm.
of course, I'm sure you're thinking of those things, but you're also keeping a very good vibrational balance right now of acceptance. And it's fine to like feel the good and the bad, but when you focus on moving, growing, going further, and you just keep like putting your energy assumptions there, that's what you're going to get back. And it's okay to have your moments too whenever you think about it. You're like, damn, but just don't dwell in it. And that's just like honestly my thoughts and my like free advice or whatever to anybody who's listening is just know that you're going to be okay. Know that it's going to work out. Believe in yourself. Believe in the unknown or whatever higher power or no higher power or whatever that you believe in. Just say, hey, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, the next day, a week, a few months from now, but I know that good is going to happen and good is going to come, and just watch. It's going to come. And Ellie, you already know this, so that's why I'm so proud of you, because I know that you already know this and you're just believing in yourself. You're trusting the process. You're trusting just the unknown and yourself, and you're going to prosper. Like, that's just life. We're always going to go through these little bumps, and
Just the bump in the
we're
road.
like kind of like just cruise on speed limit 30. They just want to be like a big truck, ignorant F-140 50 person in there, like wants to get in the truck and drive past you, vroom, 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 and almost knock you over. You
It's
can't
like, why are you doing this to
not
me?
match that energy. You just have to say, okay, let them cut in front of you and keep going.
Let them do their thing. I'm very grateful and thankful. I'm happy to be in a new space in a bigger city and just being able to really like spread my wings though, because like the possibilities are endless right now.
Yeah, there are so many opportunities.
I'm so good. Like I'm just like, okay, so it's gonna be like probably 2 weeks before I end up with the next thing. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because I already know that the energy is ready for me right now. And once we come to something else, the universe probably nudged me out of that shit to make more money because I was bugging. I want to make more money. And I wanted to focus more on our podcast. Like this is home. You know, this is home. This is what we do. So for me, this mattered more and where we're taking this, you know, and I wanted to have that have to be like all day. I just need a few days to like focus in on us so we can like do what we need to do for us and the community around us, you know, because it's not even about us, it's about the people that we're touching, that we're talking to, you know, the people like us. They're different, you know. This is, you know, everybody, you know, it's not just another Black podcast or anything like that. It's not even about a color or race. We are just different human beings and the way we think and perceive things. So,
and naturally love and have empathy for this whole experience and people, because we know how complex it is. So it's like we understand it and we want to help have these conversations and connect with people who want to share themselves and what they know with other people, so we can just all be a community, because that's what the world is supposed to be about. Community. We're all supposed to be on like the same accord in terms of like, how do we want to like live in a better world? How do we want to live in a more peaceful world, you know? And I feel like that's us here at Elon Podcast Live. It's all about, hey, we just want peace. We want freedom. We want to love. We want everyone to be good. So let's just help each other out in this crazy but beautiful world. But yeah, so that yeah, the combo kind of like took a turn, but not really. But I love the way that it's not what you thought. I feel like we thought that we were gonna go like very like scary movie-ish, like stalker vibe. Ellie, you shared yourself with us. Thank you. We love you. You know that you're gonna be good. You have us.
Yeah.
And you know, all these lovely ones who add great energy to you naturally, and everything's gonna be well. So
Well, Mark, we're not gonna let this go by and you don't tell us your story.
dun, 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 dun.
whoa.
He's trying to wrap it up over here.
Right, don't be wrapping up nothing. You're gonna tell us your scary story. We
Come
still got
on.
time.
We have time.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna do, because since we talked about some stuff the other day recently, I couldn't really think of like anything in particular, but let me tell you about last night and yesterday.
Okay.
So I'm home. It's like me, the cats, Thomas, we're about to eat, And then we're just chilling, eating like a little bit later than usual. So it's like close to 9. And we just hear like boom, 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 boom on the door. And we're like those type of people that we don't really answer the door unless you let us know that you're coming.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I grew up this way too. It's like because the way that like I grew up in the house I grew up in used to be out a little bit in the woods. So it's like very the strangers and nobody has time for that. Like if it's 9 o'clock and you're banging on the door. But anyways, so we didn't really respond to it or anything, but we went upstairs and stood each on the side of like the window and kind of like creeped and looked out there. And then like it was a guy, and so he left, but then he got in his car and just sat there for like,
Oh no.
and it was like kind of weird. It's like, why did you immediately go in your car? The car was not running because in my head, I'm hypothetically thinking, is it DoorDash or a weird occurrence to where something's happening with somebody's car or something? I don't know. But anyways, it was like a few minutes, and I did move. Like we both moved, and then I looked back, and I think I kind of like lost track of the car. But then we did see somebody come back like a second time. So like our door, which was weird. But then there was like two of our neighbors we noticed that like the man went over to. So I was like, okay, at least it's not really strategically, but in that moment, I don't know, it was like weird vibes. I think it's just like the unexpected. Like I feel like it's not like a super like scary story, but I just feel like it's just something if you think about the rush in the moment of you're living your life, you're chilling, you're in the kitchen about to eat some food and go watch a show or something, and then bang, 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 and you just have somebody that you see like goes back to their car, they sit in their car, it's a few minutes, and then they come back to the door. You're not expecting anybody. It doesn't look like anybody that you know. No one has contacted you on social media or through like your text messages, and it's just kind of weird.
So you never found out who it was?
No.
That's scary. That's scary.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, so that was
Who the
like
heck is not? Do you
I
have a ring?
know. I mean, but we live around. It's not like not just us. So I'm just trying to like look at it like that.
You
Like,
got a ring?
no, we do not have a ring.
Get one.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, goodness.
But
Well,
yeah,
that ended on a scary note.
Ooh, yeah.
that's my like scary situation as of lately. But yeah, it was just like weird. I don't know. It was just weird energy, and then like the rest of the night is like whoa. And then
Just
it's
like
as
somebody
it's
knocking.
getting fall, like temperature is like dropping a little bit, and it is feeling more like spooky season. I'm like, okay, I like spooky season, but I don't need all that happening. Like,
Yeah, not that much.
goodbye.
Scary.
Yeah, but
Mm-mm.
yeah, it was creepy. So I'm just hoping that it was like some weird situation that you can't explain. And so I'm just trying not to give much energy to it, but yeah, but also still kind of keeping like my eye open.
We'll say wrong door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep
Um,
it pushing.
Wrong door. You went from wrong turn to wrong door.
right, wrong turn to
Yeah,
wrong
right.
door.
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
You went to the
no,
wrong
scary.
last, you went to the wrong middle house or left house, last house on the left. You need to go to the right, the back.
Hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my story. And we'll have to like chat more soon so Kiera can hear more like of our stories too.
Yes.
Oh, she got plenty, honey. So like, I want to like, we all have stuff to share, honey. Life has been lived,
Yes. Life has been lived.
and we're still continuing living. That's the gag.
Also, Ellie, earlier, a topic for another day. You reminded me of something of actually a TikTok video I just watched, and I want us to deep dive in on it. America's Next Top Model, but specifically Yaya on America's Next Top Model. She was
Okay.
smart, black, and educated and confident.
Oh
What
my
everyone.
goodness. Yeah, no, I liked her. So you're saying that you like her?
Yeah.
Oh no.
But
She was what every other, well, not every other, but majority of the ones that they did pick weren't. So,
exactly. And they tried to everything to humble her.
even though she was already humble, she was just living in her truth.
Yeah.
So much. That's what's so evil and sinister about the industry. We would never do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we never
Mm-hmm.
did that. I'm so glad. So glad I just changed directions because I just don't have the energy or time for that BS.
at
But yes,
all.
we can dive into that because I always thought that was like a precursor. I was like, Yaya was a victim. She never deserved the way she
She
was
was
treated.
a victim. But you know what like upsets me is that watching that as a child, and I can only speak for myself, but I feel like, many people that watched America's Next Top Model, at least our age, we were kids. We didn't understand what was going on. Like we didn't understand
Yes.
like the critiques of the judges. And I guess what upsets me about this is that I'm listening to everything these judges say, like, oh yeah, I don't know why she's wearing her hair like this, or XYZ, like why she's this, why she's that. And this is like me as an impressionable child, and then I'm gonna grow up with these ideals or whatever that I'm learning from TV. I'm glad I'm better than that. But just saying, like,
Look how many people are.
that's so influential. Yeah, like look how many people that affected or could have affected.
Yeah,
Anyway,
It did
a
affect
topic for another day.
your girl.
that was
Yes,
on point.